Hey everyone, welcome back. It's LC here. We're back with another video here. And today I'm going to go through a red dot that I purchased for my Sig P322. And I had mentioned in my last video that I did on this gun that I was eventually going to get a red dot for this. And so we picked it up today. Not what I was thinking I was going to get, but I think it's going to do the job. This particular sight from Sigs is one of their economic sites, and we're gonna see how this works. I did not want to spend a ton of money on this 22. I honestly. So when I came across this as an option, I was like, you know what? For the money, let's give it a shot. This is basically just a training tool for me. So if we can have a red dot on there to simulate the red dot that I have on my P320, then that's all I need it for, really. I'm not going to be carrying this. I'm not going to be, doing competition or anything like that. So I really did not see the reasoning for spending a ton of money on a red dot that I'm just going to throw on a 22 and more than likely have sit around quite a bit. So let's get into it. This is the Romeo 0 from Sigs. Now this particular sight, it's a red dot sight, it's a 3 MOA, and it's a polymer base on the sight itself. So it's not aluminum. Now there is a aluminum shroud that goes around it if you want to put that on there to protect it. So it does have some protection. And there's a lot of things that you have to take in consideration with this polymer based sight. It's not going to be the same as mounting a aluminum based sight. So there's some things that we need to pay attention to here so we don't damage it. But anyway, yeah, let's just get into it. I'm going to go ahead and open this thing up. Now I was assured that this would fit. So we're going to go ahead and take this back plate off of this gun. And I'm just going to run through the process here with you. Now careful with these screws because they are very small. And I'm not sure if I got to use those again or if there's actually screws in with this sight, but we're going to find all that out here very shortly. All right, so this gun is unloaded. It's locked back, nothing in there, nothing in the chamber. But anyway, like on the P365, you have to put they send you a piece of tape in this packaging that you need to put over the top of this so you don't get any blowback, debris and stuff onto your battery plate, which can cause some fouling and some problems with it functioning right. So it doesn't look like that's the case with this one, so I might put it on there just to be safe. I mean, it can't hurt, can it? Just take an extra step to be safe. Even though, that metal on metal may be an issue at some point too down the road. So let's go ahead and see if I'm smart enough to get this out of the package without absolutely destroying it. There we go. All right, so that's the container that it comes in. It's just plastic. So we do have screws, we have a battery, we have some tools in here. So here's the unit itself, pretty small. The one thing that people are not going to like about this red dot right off the bat is that the battery is located on the bottom. So you're going to have to take this thing off to change the battery. But it claims that it's good for 20,000 hours of runtime. So I guess if you're an absolute beast and out there shooting every day for hours on end, then it's probably going to be an issue. But for the average Joe out there just plinking around, it's probably not that big a deal. But you know how things work. They say one thing and sometimes they do the opposite. So we'll see. So we do have some set screws here. They look pretty long compared to what was in there. But that's probably because it's a lot shorter with just a plate. All right, there is a second set of screws. So we've got two different options. Here's the tape that they were talking about. putting on here, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put that on just to be safe. So the optic itself and the bottom of the slide are the door for your battery. Okay, so it's just a piece of clear plastic here, and we're going to go ahead and set that on here. So I've got that on there. So we have taken that step. Whether we need to or not, don't know. So then here's your metal plate that will go on. That lines up for the most part. There is a little bit of play here, and they do recommend to push that before you tighten these down, to push that forward. Push all your sight and everything forward so there's no play, and it'll butt up against the back wall of your slide. Just a little bit off from full. It might be able to slide underneath that screw. I don't know. I was going to put some blue Loctite on these just a little bit just to keep them snug, but if I'm going to have to pull this on and off, I really don't want to do that. So we're probably going to hold off on doing that. Okay. So here's our battery. We're going to go ahead and slide. What the hell? That ain't the right battery. What is going on here? That isn't even the right battery. A CR1632 battery. This is a 2032. This isn't even the right battery. Sig, what are you doing? Well, I guess I'm going to have to go find another battery because they got the wrong damn battery in the packaging. We got our batteries finally. I had to run 18 miles to go get them one way. There's a 2032 written on the bottom of this packaging, and I'm not sure what the correlation is, but somehow, some way, these are related, and somebody may just put the wrong battery in the wrong package. I don't know. But all right, so we're going to get back into this. We finally got our battery. I'm going to assume that we just stick this battery down in here, and then we'll have to put this on top of the plate. They recommend that we torque this at 9 foot-pounds of torque. So not a lot of torque on these because of the polymer base. Now they recommend that you push forward on this as you're putting these screws in. Give it a half turn after it snugs up and call that good. Alright. The red dot is on. No, that's not a bad dot. Next thing I need to do is find out if it fits this holster still, which it does. So that's good. Now, I made a mistake. I misspoke in my last video on this gun. This holster is a factory holster for my P320, and it works fine with this 22. It's not real tight, but I can adjust that and make it a little bit tighter. But everything, it's got a little bit of play in it, but not bad. That's what I've got for a holster for this thing. I'm using my factory M18 P320 holster. This one's going to work fine for me. So, all right, we will see you out on the range, and we'll see if we can get this thing sighted in to shoot where we're looking. Stay tuned. All right, well, we're back at the range here. And we've got our 22 that we just put that Romeo 0 on. Had a couple guys down here shooting already, so I didn't want to bother them with the cameras and all that. But so I went ahead and set up on my bag on the top of the truck and shot about 15 yards. And we're hitting about 1 inch square, so pretty good. We're pretty pleased with that. I might take a couple more here and just kind of show you what I was doing. So one of the things that I would say, you know, if you're sighting in even a pistol, you want to have, and I sight my pistols in around that 15 yard or that 15 yard mark. With this 22, it's probably not as necessary, but I can do it, so I'm doing it. Like my 9mm and stuff should be in at 15, I believe. And the reason that I do it off the bag and not standing is I want the mechanics of the gun to do all the work and not have any human error in in the process. So really what I'm trying to do here today is get this thing sighted in, and then I brought the 9 also, so we're going to get that out and see after we practice with the 22. We're going to see if we can speed up with the 9 a little bit more. A little bright on my light. Thought it was going to have to be brighter because of the sun, but yeah, that's better. All right, let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3. I shot a 4th, but that was probably one that I dragged. So I'm going to go ahead and try this again. Didn't feel very steady on that round, but we got 1 in there and then 2 down here and then 1 off to the side, so we'll remember that. So when I'm adjusting this, there's a side to side here, and then your up and downs on top. And this says we gotta go to the right for up. There we go. We'll try that. That should be good. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're a little low, but at 15 yards, we should be pretty good. That's a good group right there. Those 3 right there. This one got away from me a little bit, but we got the 3 at 15 yards with a 22 close to an inch. So not too bad. One in the bowl, 2 right next to it. We dropped. We're in a 2-inch circle though, not bad. I don't know if it's show the dot. It's a pretty good unit, pretty good looking unit. Like I said, it's got a nice dot. It's got like nine brightness settings, so really you don't have to worry about being able to see in the sun like we were in. It's doing a pretty good job in that area. We'll shoot it again, and then might get the 9 out and see if we can speed ourselves up with the 9. Hey, I'm not too bad. About as fast as I could see that dot moving on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. So we got 2 high here, 3 high, 3 right here, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we're pretty much in a racquetball size group there. And then we had some that were right off to the side there, so not too bad. I mean, I'll take that. It's within that circle, so get a little bit tighter, but let's put a piece of black tape on here again. And see if we can light that piece of black tape up there in the center. But yeah, so far I've enjoyed it. It's nice to have that red dot, and you don't have to sit and mess around with finding your sights. But this is more instinctive shooting and not target practice, so we're just letting her rip. I think I've got one chambered. Yep. So we're good there. There, it's slide locked. So it's getting better. We had one misfire, we cleared it, and then it took off and went ahead and slide locked. So everything looks like it's pretty low, but it's definitely in the zone. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, couple high. Alright, we're going to see if we can get any faster with the 9. See how the 9 does in the fast shot. Stand by. Whew. Yeah, that's a little harder to control, but kept him right in there for the most part. Got some down low here, right in here. This is all burned out. Some up in here. We got one that got away from us clear up here, one in here, one over here, but that's pretty good group right there. Those are my furthest ones out. So only one off the paper.